Did You Get There show. My name is Percy Magaya, and I'm of course joined by my co-host.
Hi, my name is Miklol Seyoum.
Hi, my name is Deepak Singh.
Fantastic. So
yeah, today we have an amazing guest with us today. He's a partner at the social agendas company, Jack Mattison. I'm not going to say too much about him. I want him to introduce himself.
Yeah.
You know, let your colours out.
Perfect.
Please tell us about yourself.
Yeah, so my name's Jack Mattison. I'm actually a partner now of Social Agendas. We're a marketing agency and we focus heavily on Facebook and Instagram advertisements. That's really where we focus on.
You say that so casually.
Yeah. No, that's what we focus on, and you know, just building brands and revenue. Really, that's where we tie in.
Okay, so you focus on Facebook advertisements and sales. Yeah. So that's solely marketing and sales, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So what is it exactly that you do? Because I see a lot of people like always promoting, oh, do this Facebook ad and do that, and it looks so complicated. I've never actually tried it. So can you give us a bit in depth about that?
Of course, yeah. I mean, it looks complicated, but it's not. As soon as you've got the foundations built, really, it's just all about getting creative then. You know, as soon as you know how Facebook ads work, Facebook knows more than we do. It's about getting creative then. How can you catch the attention, catch the eye of people? Because you've just got, when they're on the phone, they're scrolling through and stuff like that. It's basically the sponsored post that you probably see all over your feed. Right? Yeah. You're just swarmed by them now. Yeah, it's us.
All right, so this show's about how did you get there, right?
Perfect.
So you're here now.
Yeah.
You're a partner in a big social company. Take me, obviously you didn't just wake up like this.
Yeah.
Let's take it back, right?
Perfect.
So
All the way back.
All the way back.
All the way back.
Where you began.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so for me, my whole background has not been marketing and sales.
Okay.
I actually came from a background, when I left school, based on what my family was doing, I was more or less pushed straight into work. So I went straight into like factories. Well, before factories, I was working like agency work, going to Germany and working for a company called NAFI. Then I got involved in factory work. I was doing that for around about 7 years of my life.
7 years.
7 long years, yeah.
I swear you were only like 21 years old.
I'm looking at his age, like 7 years. How old? Like
I'm 25. Yeah.
So when did you start working? How old were you?
16.
Yeah, no, it's about 7 years.
Okay. So continue with your story. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I was heavily involved in the factory lifestyle. You know, just pushing buttons and trying to go through the ranks, and I did manage to get myself to a team leader where I had my own, let's say, team, but it wasn't really the life that I wanted to lead. You know, the shifts, being, you know, just told what to do all the time and things like that. So that's when I then started to look for opportunities.
Work for yourself.
Basically. Yeah.
But the opportunities, so like factory work. Old school. My granddad just came from India.
I think most people do.
You know what I mean? Like all they do is, like I was discussing earlier with you, like they are ants. That's all they are. Like they are ants.
Do this, do that, this, when, how.
Be
But
here,
how do you
do
go
that.
from an old school trade to the newest possible trade there is, which is online? Like,
Like your stuff wasn't even alive 10 years ago. That didn't.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, and I think that's the exciting thing about it as well. So I actually came across it. I was, you know, I think like everyone, when you're looking for opportunities, I was Googling everything. How do you get rich quick? You know, all of this stuff.
We all have. I'm guilty of that.
How can you do stuff from home? Because of my work, I wanted to do it sensibly. I didn't want to just leave, you know, my full-time job and then, you know, end up doing something dangerous. I had bills to pay and a car to fund and stuff. So yeah, I was looking for opportunities, and that's when I came across social media marketing. I actually came through it for a YouTube ad. The YouTube ad got me. And I was like, this works.
If you remember.
I think it was a guy called Jordan. I can't remember his second name. Jordan something.
I hope it's not Jordan Belfort.
No, it wasn't Jordan Belfort. No.
Jordan Belfort, you know.
But it was a YouTube ad.
Yeah.
And that's when I really started to get involved with it. Ended up investing into an online course and things like that. But even then, that didn't really work for me. I needed that in-person touch, and that's when I came across Aaron Branch, who actually, you know, he started to do. He noticed that gap in the market. I feel like majority of the people we work with have had the same issues. They've done the online courses, trying to, you know, gain the knowledge, but it always works better when you're doing it in person.
Do you know
I feel anyway.
What you're doing with the social media? Like you guys are like basically you know you're the knowledgeable people. We come to you because you guys understand how to make it work for us. But as a business, we most of the times when we struggle is about finding our target audience. Where are they?
Yeah.
How do we get our product to their doorstep? You know, how do we get them noticing what we do and actually turning them into customers? Because it's well and good enough to have followers, like 100K followers, but no one's buying anything.
Yeah.
So that's when you guys come in, I'm guessing. Because so how do you identify your target audience through what you do, and then how do you turn them into customers?
Great question. So one of the first things we do whenever we're working with any of our clients is actually build out a customer avatar. So we build out who is your perfect customer? Who is that? What do they look like? What do they do? What are their interests? What are they day to day? As soon as we've got that base, then you work from that. So that's what it's about there. And you said something important there with followers. Yeah. Everyone, well, not everyone, but a lot of people think now it's really important to have a lot of followers, and you don't really need to.
More of an engaged audience.
It's more. You'd much rather have people that are buying from you and you know, engage with you than 100,000 followers that aren't really interested. That's why it's so important to not buy followers, not just pay influencers to
do anything. It doesn't really work.
Unless they're relevant to you, though. You know, if it's a relevant, you know, influencer like Jordan Belfort, you know, it would work for us if we
exactly.
You mentioned it. So I know you spoke about Aaron.
Yeah.
Has he been kind of like a big influential factor in terms of in where you're working now? Obviously.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. All the success I've had, well, let's say 90% is down to the knowledge that Aaron's been able to give me, and the structure, the guidance as well. You know.
Yeah, I love that. Like, not a lot of people nowadays. Everyone thinks you're doing it for yourself. You came up your way. It's not, man. Like, at the end of the day, you're always building off someone else's back. If you don't give your due respect, what's the point? Do you know what I mean?
It's team efforts. I think that's what it's about. Because I remember when we spoke to him, you know, and then when we were supposed to interview him, he was like, actually, I can't do it because, of course, he broke his hand, unfortunately. During the basketball game. Can you imagine? I'm sure I can beat him now.
Well, I've been saying to him, I need to play with a ball. Maybe now's the right time.
Exactly. And then after he did that, he was like, he didn't just say, you know what, I can't do it. He trusted to send someone who's under him to come in his place, which means that that's great leadership skills that he has. But, you know, I'm going to come back to the social media stuff, because we are trying to grow a page, and I know most businesses have social media. And then they struggle with that, like getting the right people on board. So you talked about the avatar,
the customer avatar.
How do you create that? Like,
that's a good question.
So really, it's just brainstorming. You know, maybe you get it set up on a board and you work out really just what do they do, what are their interests.
So this is your customer. You're saying, for example, work with me now. I'm gonna be your client. Cool. I'm trying to build my avatar. My business is in clothing, right? Yeah. So what would you ask me? How would you help me get my mind to that place? Yeah. So you've really got to think about what sort of people would be wearing your clothing. Okay. You know, if it's gym wear, there's an obvious market there, right? And then and that's the first one. You know, that's the most obvious. But then it's about branching off as well. What other interests do people have that like gym? Okay. You know, and it'd be healthy eating, whatever those things are. And what you'll find then is you can actually build audiences from that. Okay. So if they like healthy eating, that's an audience right there. People that are, and maybe you can target one of the biggest brands out there that are, you know, maybe doing prep food, things like that. So it's, you know, you find that base and you branch from it and build. And eventually you'll get to a point where you've maxed out all your audiences. But then it's about, as soon as you've found that level of, okay, I know how much it's going to cost me now to get a customer, how do you bring that down? And then what do you mean cost me to get a customer? So let's say we're running advertisements and it's costing you £15 per purchase. So every time someone purchases from yourself, costing you £15 per click or per okay, I get
purchase, that. Then how do you bring that down? And what you do then, it's about diving into the data. Probably the boring stuff, right? But
that's why we pay you to do that.
That's it. Go on. Say no more. Let's leave it there. But you need to just dive into the data then and find out. Look, if it's working on mobile news feed, but it's not on desktop.
Wait, so there's a difference?
Oh yeah, there's okay. So there's loads of moving parts. It could be age groups, locations, the audiences, even the platforms, the placements. There's so many different things. It might be working better on a story. It's not working on your news feed. Raise a news feed. What you find then is you're spending more on advertising on your story. You're not now spending on news feed, which means that brings that cost down.
So your game's always changing, innit? Like, you've got the fastest changing game. Right now, so we said take about 10 years ago, 2012,
2012?
2012, Facebook was the biggest thing, right? Now we have Instagram.
Yeah.
Right. As a company, I know a lot of people in the audience as well. They have businesses. How's the best way to transition? For example, Instagram is the hottest thing now.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Obviously, Facebook owns Instagram. But not a lot of people are going to know. You got to market through Facebook to come to Instagram, right? So what's the best way to keep in the game? Because I know 2 or 3 businesses here are just starting out. But it's always, okay, I've got good at Facebook. Now it's on Instagram. Got good at Instagram. Now TikTok's coming.
There's just so I can't keep up. I'm actually... No, but I know you have to, but when you don't have the knowledge on how to keep up, because I know still a lot of people, like you're saying, are just still on Facebook. And then someone is on Instagram trying to figure out how Instagram works, and then there's TikTok, and you're like, okay, how do I move on?
That's why we have your agency.
You know? But you know what? We're trying to get a few things for free. We're trying to get a few things for free. So come on, just give us a little bit.
It's a cycle.
So it's really, you've just got, one of the things you can do is look at what your competition's doing, but also just not copying them. Be different. You know, I mean, sometimes. But
apparently copy and paste works, so.
Right, yeah, but it can do. But then it's also, you know, you've got to try these things as well and just be different. You know, like for clothing, for example, it is a saturated market. You know, and you have to be different. Your clothing has to be different. It has to be stand out. And it's the same with your advertisements. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely all paid. You know, if you really want to grow and branch out, and Facebook and Instagram have made it that way. Unfortunately,
unfortunately, you have to.
You're not going to get the reach organically.
We say unfortunate, but if you own a business, you want to make money.
But that's true.
But
that's true.
We're living in a day and age where you could connect with any human on planet
anywhere, anytime,
sat on your chair. That's a gift. We've never been given that gift. So why are they not making money off that?
But if you don't know how to make money from there, you know. And would you agree if by this statement, people buy from people they know? So I think that's another thing that most businesses do wrong, or they mess up on, is I'm trying to sell this item, but there's no personality behind the item. And I feel like that's where you start finding that your audience is not really engaging with the product, and they're not buying. They're liking, they're probably sharing, but no one's buying because you're not personal. You know, is that something that you also encouraged for your clients to do?
100%. Yeah, you know, building trust as well is a big part of it. You know, they have to trust you, and people do buy from people. You know, they always
That's
ever will.
That's why I always see people coming into this office, you're meeting them face to face. Because that's how you establish trust. It's meeting them face to face. And the thing is, everything you said, you downplay it so much.
It does, it's modest.
I see you in this office literally like 7 days a week, the same as us. While we're working on an app, you're on the phone calls, on your sales calls and everything. And does that take a toll on your personal life?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
So that means you're not dating. You don't have time to do that.
Well, luckily I've got a partner, but even that though, there's no dates. It's rare.
Is that difficult to kind of constantly maintain a happy relationship in terms, because you're working all the time? You know what I mean?
I'd say I'm very lucky. My partner's very supportive, and I feel like she's been a huge part of the success I've been able to achieve as well. She's always supporting me. She's always there for me. She's fantastic. So.
Do you know what? You talking about that, it reminds me of a conversation we had. Okay, and then they were asking, right, and they're saying, when is the right time to find that person? And I know it sounds like you have that person already, but and of course knowing their age and then knowing what they do and knowing the dedication they have to the work, I was saying to them, sometimes, you know, you end up trying to concentrate too much on finding this person, what you're trying to build as well at the same time. And we had our guest in the previous episode that said, if a man has a vision and the man knows where he's going, you know, that's a powerful man to be with, right? So I always tell them, it's time for them to just focus and figure out who they are, and then build the business, and then the right partner will come along at the right time. Because I feel like sometimes the wrong partner can be a distraction.
100%.
Oh yeah,
100%.
You know,
I'm glad you said that actually, because what actually stopped me from starting a business sooner was an ex-partner of mine.
I just said it.
There we go.
It was a very toxic relationship, and I just would never have been able to do what I've been able to do now, even if I had all the support and knowledge and guidance from Aaron.
Do you feel like that's because you didn't find yourself first, and then you found yourself kind of letting someone into your life when you haven't even looked after yourself, type, you know, knowing what you want.
Yeah, I just wouldn't have been able to focus on it. There would have been too many, you know, relationships are hard. Like,
with relationships and totally, especially in the business side, a lot of people be in a relationship when they haven't even found themselves. So it's two halves of people coming together to make a whole, when it should be two singular people like working together, being codependent, and that's how you can kind of build.
What about the young couples?
Huh?
Young couples.
What about the young couples?
What do you mean? What about the young couples?
Like, we have couples all the time who met each other when they're 18. Yeah. Realistically, you don't really find yourself.
Yeah, but I think it depends with where you are mentally as well. I mean? It's about where you are mentally. For example, like, are you ready for a proper committed relationship? Yeah. Actually, yeah. Do you see what I'm saying? Why? Because you're still figuring out who you are. Some people do that earlier. It depends how you were brought up as well, and the environment you were brought up in. And talking about the sales, I'm trying to get as much as I can from him so I can learn before I start putting on the deposit. So, sales, right?
Yes.
That's a hard thing sometimes to do because you're trying to spend. Okay, actually, forget that question. I've got a good one. Okay. How do you know how much to spend on an advertising? Because for your brand, because social media, for example, Instagram, it will say if you spend about £3, you can reach this many people. Yeah. If you spend this much, so how do you gauge if you're not trying to go through an agency because you can't afford one? Yeah. How can you figure out how to spend your money on advertising for your business? On social media.
I love that question. We get that a lot, and what you're probably talking about there is a boosted post or promoted post.
Yeah. Does it work?
No. What a boosted post is. Yeah. No, it's a common issue we come across. It really is. It's something that we come across all the time. A boosted post is essentially a reach campaign. So yes, it will reach people. But because there's no objective behind that, Facebook doesn't know. So when you're targeting an audience, let's say 2 million people are in that audience, only maybe 300,000 people in that audience are actually going to purchase. They're likely to purchase. And then you've got other people that are likely to click, other people that are likely to add to cart. So if there's no objective behind your advertisement, like a boosted post, it's just showing it to anyone.
But the thing is, the more people you show it to, the more chance that someone could buy it.
Not all the time.
Not all the time, obviously.
I mean, if you put enough money into a boosted post, yes, but then you're talking, you know, well into 5 figures. Yeah. You know,
seriously?
Really, because it's a reach campaign, there's no objective, you would have to put so much money into that to hit those people, and what you're going to be doing as well, you're going to be wasting a lot of money, so you wouldn't even get your return on investment.
I want to do something different.
Okay.
Do we have someone here who's got a business in the audience? Would like some, okay, fine, that's fine. Just sit in that chair there. So, we have this lady. What's your business?
I have a fashion brand.
A fashion brand? Okay, so she's got a fashion brand, and then currently you're trying to grow that, I'm guessing. Okay, so can you just do like you don't have to give it all the information, but just
trade secrets.
Yeah, just do a little session so people can actually see you in action and understand what we're talking about. Because I feel like we're talking about it, but they might not truly get it. Does that make sense? Yeah. So go on.
It's only going to cost you 250.
And that's the deposit. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your business then. Like, what's the?
So Percy's wearing some of my stuff.
Love it.
So we've got the styling aspect, and then we've got the actual selling of clothes.
Fantastic. Okay, perfect. And how are you marketing that at the moment? Instagram, just like organic.
Sometimes purchasing, like, what did you put it, the
boosted posts. Love it.
Which hasn't worked. It hasn't turned that into sales for me. Most of my sales is because people know me. Yeah. Or they've been recommended by somebody that's one. So as much money as I've thrown into it,
you haven't
not really producing it.
Yeah, you haven't seen that return yet. Perfect. Yeah. So really, when you're talking about advertisements on Facebook and Instagram, you really need a structure behind it. First of all, like boosted posts, just putting a boosted post out there every now and then. It's not really a structure, and you can't really find out what's working, what isn't working, because there's a lot of testing that needs to happen as well. We need to, although we can build a customer avatar, and you've probably got an ideal customer. What would you say your ideal customer is? Like the perfect.
Have events that they need to go to, so it's a lot of dressy party wear or occasional wear.
Perfect. So like entrepreneurs, things like that, business. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So you've got to test as well. So although that's your ideal, that you need to test what's working, and that might not even work. But because that's when you're talking, it's sort of like business to business as well. You'll be spending a lot more as well. because there's a lot less business owners and more, let's say, well, I don't know what the right term is, but employees maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So business to business is a little bit harder. Who I take it you can target just your average every day as well, right?
Yeah. So for the styling, it will be, for example, you've got people that editing, you could be hosting an event. So anybody, all the way to somebody that it's their birthday, you know, regular, it's their birthday, and they just want a really gorgeous dress. And
just give you one piece of advice and we move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
One piece of advice is build a custom avatar. Yeah, build your ideal customer and branch off that. That's the best thing you can do, and then put that into advertisements, right? And you need to do that through something called business manager. Yeah.
There we go. That was amazing. That was incredible. So yeah, I think that's needed as well, because there's so many young entrepreneurs that are really trying something, and sometimes they fail there. That's where they fail. They have a brilliant idea. Yeah. They have, they've got the passion, but they get stuck. Yeah. And I feel like that's where they get stuck. It's so easy to talk about something, and it's so easy to sort of like promote it from a mountaintop. Yeah. But it's about, how do I now make money from this? And then people are just stuck, and then they're like, okay, fine, this doesn't work. I'm not gonna go into this. So can you repeat the name of the company again that you work with? So in case anyone wants extra help, they know where to go to.
Yes, Social Agendas Marketing.
10th floor.
10th floor.
It is in this building.
Yeah, we're in this building. Birmingham based. Yeah.
That's good. So what are your principles? What principles do you live by?
Really just making, look, our customers and our clients come first.
Okay.
It's very important. When our clients make money, we make money. That's how we see it, and it doesn't really work if not. So one of the things we won't do whenever we, for our sales process, and you brought that up earlier, is really, like we mentioned a few moments ago, people buy from people. Yeah. It's a conversation, learning about where they want to get to. Well, not always face to face. We do handle a lot of things on calls, just because the time aspect comes into play. Then I think that's something that everyone struggles with. Probably
in terms of
because the volume of calls are higher. Probably the calls, but yeah, face to face works just as well. But just because.
Do you guys do cold calling?
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
I was about to learn about cold calling myself.
we run our own ads as well.
Yeah,
we do cold calling.
So you get a lot of competition nowadays. Like, I don't know if many people know, social media marketers, etc.
Oh yeah.
Et cetera. Obviously with people like Ty Lopez, Gary Vaynerchuk, all these people. All right, you got Gary V, you got Ty Lopez, you got Aaron upstairs, and yourself. What qualities do you think you all share and people should take on board in the future if they are going to be successful in business or marketing, because it's both? So what qualities would you say?
Right question. I think the first one's practice what we preach.
Ooh.
We're actively advertising every single day. We spend thousands every single month on our own advertisements and build our own brand that way. That's the first thing. And then also just being professional. You're spending money on someone else's behalf. You can't really mess around with that sort of stuff. And that's one of the things that we found in this industry. There's a lot of people that are just here for the money.
That's what Percy calls a real model, by the way.
Yes, that's it. A real model.
And I think my advice for anyone as well, just be careful and do your research. And
before you join an agent.
Make sure, because there is a lot of agencies out there now, and it's just going for the money. And that comes down to other people that are, similar, let's say, similar heights to us.
Okay.
And there's things that we don't agree with other people in the industry, and some of that is, like trophying clients. It's very unprofessional. You can only imagine how you would feel.
I've got a good question for you.
That's good. That's a good one.
Right. We're going to call you back in 5 years, right? So 5 years' time, where do you see Social Agendas? Why and how?
Okay. It's a great question.
Why and how?
Right?
Aaron's watching this.
He's like, how are you going to get there?
No pressure. No, I see us having a huge team and being able to accommodate for some of the biggest brands in the world. That's where I see us. Our chief marketing officer has already worked with brands like Puma and stuff, so we're already heading in that direction. But at the moment, we've only got a team of 8 at the moment, which is small, but we can accommodate for, you know, our clients'
it's quality,
needs.
not quantity.
Exactly. And it's all about building at the right stages. So 5 years from now, I'll definitely see us being, you know, probably up there as a market leader, that's for sure. Yeah.
Working with nomics, you mean?
Yeah, working with nomics, yeah.
Yes. See, we're already putting in the word in there. Yeah. Well, I don't want you to give up too much. Yeah. We've learned so much already. And I'm sure if anyone else wants to learn some more, they can, of course, get in touch with you guys. But you've been an amazing guest.
No, thank you for having me. I've really enjoyed this.
Don't worry, after the show, we're going to go sit down somewhere. I've still got questions for you because I need to learn. But it's been incredible having you on the show. Thank you so much. Any last words you want to give someone before we end it?
Yeah, like I said, really just if you are thinking about marketing on Facebook and social media, just make sure you do your research on what route you want to go down. And we do actually coach business owners on how to do it effectively as well. So if anyone, you know, wants to know more and is interested, by all means, get in touch with myself or one of the team, and we're happy to accommodate.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, guys, for watching. This is the How Did You Get This show, and I'm your girl, Percy.
Miklol Seyoum.
Deepak Singh.
Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for being on the show. Fantastic.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Pleasure.
Good.